What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. Today we are taking a look at this week's Master and Grandmaster Nightfall, the Warden of Nothing, one of the more challenging Nightfalls in this season's rotation. But at the same time, it will be one of the most lucrative Nightfalls this season, as you'll be able to earn the Wendigo GL3 Heavy Arc Grenade Launcher, with Adept versions only being available through the Grandmaster version. The Wendigo is an amazing grenade launcher that can come with chain reaction or auto reload, along with full court or explosive light, and will make for a perfect addition to your loadouts going into Lightfall. We're going to be breaking down the Warden of Nothing and going over all the best loadouts, strategies, and currently functioning cheeses to help you quickly and easily clear this week's Master or Grandmaster level Nightfall, whether you're attempting it with a team or by yourself. The Warden of Nothing is the only Grandmaster this season that features all 3 champion types, with there being 4 Overload champions, 7 Unstoppables, and 10 Anti-Barrier. This strike puts you up against both the Vex and the Cabal, with both factions featuring enemies using Void Shields. The acute burn for Warden of Nothing is solar, giving both you and your enemies an increase in solar damage, a very important detail to keep in mind when choosing loadouts and when reaching the final boss, as he blasts a devastating solar beam and emits a burning singe that can quickly wipe your whole team. With solar being the acute burn this week, you'll want to utilize solar resistance mods on your chest armor, which I recommend doubling down on to increase its effectiveness. Otherwise, a sniper resistance mod or concussive dampener mod will both work out very nicely. In terms of best builds and loadouts, Titans will have success with a hammers build featuring the Loreley or Heart of the Inmost Light, but can add significant survivability for the entire team by running a bubble build, which will be especially beneficial when it comes to capturing the 3 flags later on in the strike. Hunters can reap the benefits of solar burn with a solar build featuring the Star Eater scale, but hunters can also bring a high level of survivability to the team with bonus resistance and invisibility provided by a void build with Omnioculus. Warlocks will want to stick with a solar build with Starfire Protocol to take advantage of Well of Radiance as well as the solar burn, but a stasis build can provide a very useful strategic advantage as you can keep enemies frozen in place, especially with the addition of the Osmiomancy gauntlets. Alternatively, hunters and warlocks have unique exotic armor options that can help against champions. Warlocks using the Secant filaments can provide the entire team with the ability to stun overload champions while standing in a rift, and solar hunters using Authry's Embrace can use a charged up weighted knife to stun unstoppable champions. Since you'll have all 3 champion types to deal with, your weapon choices for Warden of the Nothing will be paramount. While some teams will have success splitting up champion duties, I find it less advantageous, as an untimely death of any of your team members could easily result in a team wipe, which is why I highly recommend equipping yourself to handle all 3 champion types. With that being said, the Arbalist, Ariana's Vow, Wishender, and Revision Zero will all be great options as they come preloaded with the ability to pierce anti-barrier shields. This can free you up to use champion mods on other weapons, like a solar SMG or a scout rifle to handle those overload champions, along with a grenade launcher like Explosive Personality, Wilder Flight, or Cry Mutiny to handle the Unstoppables. There's also the Low Entropy Superconductor and Lord Kelvin's Basilisk seasonal mods, which can give you alternate ways of stunning overloads and unstoppables. Witherhorde and Gallahorn can be very beneficial in the Warden of Nothing, but will likely leave you incapable of handling all 3 champion types in the process. Even though solar is the acute burn, the Leviathan's Breath Void Bow can still make a sizable contribution, as it can stun the Unstoppables and easily take care of the void shielded enemies. And to the same rate, the Bastion Fusion Rifle will do great up against unstoppable champions. While most of the encounters in this strike can be handled fairly easily by just playing far back and utilizing the cover, there are two encounters within the strike that pose significant challenges for most Guardians. The first being the portion of the strike where you have to capture the 3 flags in a short amount of time, while fighting off champions and rank and file adds. The best course of action here is to capture flag A as a team, and then split up for flags B and C. The B flag will have an unstoppable champion and several rank and file cabal, while flag C will have a void shielded minotaur, slowing traps, and several rank and file vex. I suggest holding on to your supers and using them at the B and C flags to make capturing those zones a lot less cumbersome. This is also a portion of the strike where invisible hunters can really flex and capture all 3 flags, leaving the other team members to just fight off the champions and adds. Once all 3 flags have been captured, the enemies will vanish, so be sure to take out the anti-barrier and unstoppable champions before you capture the flags. This way you can ensure that you get platinum rank at the end of the strike. And with that, we're left with the final boss encounter. And it's quite a doozy, but there are 3 currently functioning cheeses for you to utilize to make this boss fight a lot less strenuous. First, you'll have to clear out the final group of champions once you've reached the bottom of the elevator. It will be in your best interest to remain here on the elevator podium and use the height and distance to your advantage until there's only 1 champion remaining in the arena. At this point, you can leave the last champion up momentarily and use this as an opportunity to regain your supers. This will also make for a great opportunity to get set up in one of the 3 cheese spots. The first, located within the arena, can be accessed by jumping up on the front right pillar and then up to the hanging sheet of metal just below the ceiling. Once you've gotten up to the metal platform, you'll find that you have limited line of sight to the boss and adds, but more importantly, you are nearly untouchable from the boss and any enemies while hunkered down. Just watch out when using rockets and grenade launchers, as you can inadvertently shoot the roof and kill yourself. The second cheese spot can be accessed behind where the boss spawns in, by jumping to the edge of the arena's borders just behind the boss's spawn location. You can stand on an invisible ledge that will provide you with ample cover from any enemy fire, but will also take you out of combat, as you will have an extremely limited view of the boss and enemies, making this more of a fail-safe spot to put a guardian to prevent a team wipe. This can be an especially tricky spot to get into, which is why you should attempt this before defeating the final champion. The final cheese spot is located on the arena's ceiling and will need to be accessed from the elevator's podium. While this can be tricky to reach, you can use the outstretched beams of the arena's cage to navigate to the top of the ceiling and use a small peephole to shoot the boss and enemies. You can still take damage from this position, so you'll need to be careful. If you find yourself within the arena and not using any of the cheese spots, you'll need to unload a heavy amount of damage onto the boss as soon as he spawns in. Otherwise, you'll find yourself in some mucky waters, as you'll have to face several rank and file enemies and a cabal mini-boss, all while avoiding the Warden's singeing attack. With very little cover available in this large space, it can get chaotic quick, which is why utilizing the 3 cheese spots will play a pivotal role in your success at completing the Warden of Nothing on Grandmaster level. And with that, we've covered everything that you need to know to easily clear the Warden of Nothing on Master or Grandmaster modes, as a team or as a solo Guardian. I wish you all the best of luck this week. Let me know how your runs are going in the comments below. Thank you for checking out today's video. If you enjoyed and found it helpful, then be sure to hit that like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new. Both are greatly appreciated, and both really do help support the channel. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.